Ahoy! The closer look for Ishtar was just released, so we have a lot of new information about her. Let's jump right into it. Who is Ishtar? Goddess of love and war. Babylonian hunter, physical damage. No surprise there. This started off with a quote. "Give me the bull of heaven so he can kill Gilgamesh in his dwelling. If you do not give me the bull of heaven, I will knock down the gates of the netherworld, I will smash the doorposts and leave the doors flat down, and will let the dead go up to eat the living." Words spoken by Ishtar in the Epic of Gilgamesh, because he rejected her. That's how crazy she is. Now that we've established that, Ishtar is the Queen of Heaven in Babylonian mythology. She carries on the legacy from a goddess of the even earlier Sumerian mythology, Inanna. These two were likely two different unrelated deities, but as the civilization changed through the eras of the Akkadians, the Assyrians and the Babylonians, the name Ishtar became the most prominent moniker for the goddess that oversees the same realms that Inanna once did. Ishtar is intensively passionate, which can inspire rage that devastates her enemies, or foster affection that can be the most powerful of blessings for her worshippers. A powerful symbol of femininity as well as strength and prowess in combat, Ishtar is no ordinary goddess of love. She has no associations with marriage or childbearing and is instead best known for her conflicts with other gods. Ishtar has dethroned her own sister, Ereshkigal, queen of the underworld. She conquered An, the sky god, who transformed into a giant scorpion in a futile attempt to defeat her. She bested Enki, the god of wisdom, and stole his most powerful secrets. She has leveled mountains in anger against those who challenge her authority. And she is best known for her conflicts with Gilgamesh, who she sought as a partner. The rejection led her to unleash the Bull of Heaven upon his people, slaying hundreds. The prized Bull of Heaven mortally wounds Gilgamesh's closest ally, Enkidu, but is ultimately slain by Gilgamesh, creating a mutual hatred between Gilgamesh and Ishtar that would last for all eternity. Our vision. In the SMITE universe, Ishtar is the goddess of themes we have commonly explored. Love and war both have many representatives across the pantheons, but Ishtar needed to stand out from them. She's often pictured as heavily armed with weapons and holding a bow. SMITE's war gods tend to be bulky and in your face, but Ishtar will be a hunter. She is more agile and elegant than your usual war god. Lions are a symbol of power and royalty in her culture. Ishtar was often portrayed riding one or standing with one. These animals are associated with storms and divinity, and thus Ishtar also becomes associated with them. The sound of her weapons clashing in heaven would create a thunderous roar. Core themes. Theme: conquest. Ishtar is more than the act of war. She seeks to stomp out and take over entire continents, and even other gods themselves. Visuals: terrifying radiance. Beautiful but strong. Ishtar's presence on the battleground is awe-inspiring for both its aesthetic allure as well as the grave danger associated with her. Personality: power-hungry. No god is safe. Ishtar will find them, and if they are not powerful enough to remain in control of their domain, she will gladly seize it from them. Perspective: feared. Her reputation for challenging other gods is known far and wide. The other gods will be wise to avoid her or risk everything. Artistic process. Ishtar's visuals would draw on her region and history quite heavily, paired with strong fantasy elements. We experimented with a variety of outfits ranging from intimidating metal armor to exquisite cloth. We ended up landing on something in the middle. A variety of materials that included cloth, leather, and metal created a pleasant aesthetic as well as was the best fit for the hunter class. Ishtar's signature horned crown was present across all types, as well as a strong athletic frame befitting for a goddess of war. We then set out to refine the details. Her armor as well as her cloth is adorned with detailed patterns inspired by ancient Babylonian art and architecture. She wears the emblem of the lion on her belt and swords on her back. The metalwork is detailed and embedded with jewels as only a royal goddess could possess. Ishtar is agile and moves freely, and her clothing needed to reflect that. Her abilities have an acrobatic feel, and she even has some unique new animation treatments applied to her strafes and backpedals to make her gameplay as smooth as possible. Overall, a very cool mix that honestly resembles, in my opinion, Serket a fair bit as well, but at the same time, more heavily armored than Serket. Gameplay. Ishtar, as a hunter, is expected to play the carry role in the duo lane. Her stim ability includes an important decision for players, as it has 3 options for how her buffed basic attacks can function. This ability, designed to reflect the tactics of war, creates a lot of variation in her gameplay. Be it personal preference or situational awareness, there will always be an optional mode for each activation. You think back to the teaser I talked about the other day, which ended with a strike, spread or storm. These are the 3 different variations of the projectile, clearly, and we now know that this is a single ability and it's a stim and you choose between them rather than being tied to other abilities. Her kit also rewards close combat and aggression. She can gap close effectively and follow it up with attacks and abilities that reward her for being closer to her opposition than in the traditional hunter boxing matches. This is slightly concerning to me because this is something that we have already seen with Charybdis and it didn't go so well. We also have seen this in the past with Medusa, for example, who is also often a god that somewhat struggles to fit into certain metas without being overpowered. So I am not sure how I feel about another attempt at a close combat hunter so soon. We'll have to see how fundamental that is to her kit. If that is really like a core gameplay part that you have to utilize or more an optional way to play her. And then we have unique gameplay features. A basic attack stim with 3 options for different ways to buff herself. 4 different basic attacks within the kit. Her default basic attacks plus 3 more types of basic attacks contained with her stim ability. A new type of target on a ranged attack. The ability to start an attack at Ishtar and move out from her, or choose to start an attack at range and have it come back toward her. This is very interesting. I'm not sure if this is tied to one of the stims or if this is just a temporary one through an ability, but it sounds like it's tied to a stim based on the fact that it's basically a choice that they're giving you. So that seems to be one of the 3 options that were listed, so I'm guessing this would probably be the storm, but I'm not sure. She also has a short dash with a unique combo finish if she hits an enemy god. This is probably somewhere between Medusa and Hachiman, where she gets a unique combo finish, whereas Medusa just gets stuck on the target and deals damage to them, but sounds like it's very much in the same vein. An ultimate that sends out projectiles, but then also returns them back to Ishtar regardless of location distance. This one I'm really not sure about. I thought that the ultimate would be an AoE type of thing, but that doesn't seem to be the case, but I don't really get the benefit of returning them. Like, what do we get out of that? Not really explained enough here, not really getting enough details yet. The time has come. The next Babylonian god is here, and she won't be backing down from any fight. Players with the skill and courage to match Ishtar's playstyle will certainly be rewarded. To inspire your upcoming conquests, and that's a quote, she stirs confusion and chaos against those who are disobedient to her, speeding carnage and inciting the devastating flood, clothed in terrifying radiance. It is her game to speed conflict and battle, untiring strapping on her sandals. That is an ancient Sumerian war hymn, and I have been Duke Sloth. If you enjoyed this video and you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you get notified of the upcoming patch notes breakdown as well. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you for the next one soon. Duke Sloth, out.